More monsters appear on the beach, and then it's up to Cloud's party to run down and fight them to protect the citizenry. But since they have no weapons, Cloud picks up a closed beach umbrella, and that becomes his sword. And this is the whole purpose, obviously, of not letting us bring our weapons down, is because Cloud is supposed to pick up and fight with his beach umbrella. And there's a reason for that. Do you know what it is?
Did it happen in original?
It didn't happen in original. It happens in Crisis Core.
Oh, okay. It's like, so it's a little Easter egg. That's cool.
It's an Easter egg from Crisis Core, but they actually built this story around it.
That's right.
You know, which is kind of interesting.
That's a good implementation of like a weird tonal shift. Yeah.
Exactly. I agree too. I think it's actually really fun. So in Crisis Core, Zack actually visits Costa del Sol as well. And, you know, not quite as graphically beautiful back then in Crisis Core days. And then he's hanging out there with some of the Turks when these clone monsters show up on the beach. And not only does he like reach over and grab an umbrella to use as a weapon, but it's a blue and white striped umbrella identical to the one used here by Cloud in Rebirth. So the Rebirth developers are consciously working to not only pay homage to the original game, but to pay homage to other games in this series like Crisis Core, which I think is really cool, while they continue to carve out their own story paths. So I love things like that.
Yeah.
And then from there, Cloud has to make a choice to fight with Barrett and Aerith, or to first fight with Red and Tifa. Do you guys remember who you picked?
Yeah.
You picked the Aerith.
Barrett and Aerith, because I want them to be, I thought it was like a relationship mini game, right? So
it is actually.
Okay, so I was like, I'm going to go
or at least I think it does increase your relationship points, just like your outfit.
Right. And that one was more explicit, so I'm like, I'm going to choose them. But I also, my favorite party to fight with is Barrett and Aerith. So I was like, oh yeah.
That's mine too.
Their materials all set up.
We have the same favorite
it's
party.
like we're married. I love you, Jolie. Sorry, Ernest.
Oh my God.
Mush.
Yeah, they're my favorite to play with. So I was like,
Mine too.
I
can't even remember who I picked.
It was just two. It was the
Honestly.
two, Tifa and Red, or Barrett and Aerith.
Yeah, you either go left or you go right.
I want to say it was Barrett
It's probably Barrett.
Yeah.
You like Barrett.
because I like Barrett.
Yeah, Barrett
You
rules.
fight with Barrett.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, for me, whenever there's a choice between Tifa and Aerith, I always pick Aerith. Now, not just because I'm not like a Tifa fantasizer, which I'm obviously not, but because I think that the majority of this second installment story should be more about Cloud and Aerith in order to create maximum impact in the end of the game. And this is something
Yeah, I have a huge problem with this. Yeah.
that I will obviously not be able to get into until later in the game, and I'll talk more about this. But I believe that the second installment needs to be more about Cloud and Aerith, and the third installment needs to be more about Cloud and Tifa. But whatever. So I obviously chose Aerith, right? But whoever you choose, it does affect that relationship bond with these characters, although you don't know how it affects it in terms of like points or percentages.
There's no way to know.
You just pick. Yeah, not until you beat the game.